Listen, we all want more peace, more fulfillment, more of that intangible grace that makes life feel lighter, even when it's hard. We call it Barakah, divine blessings woven into the fabric of our days, turning ordinary moments into something greater. But Barakah isn't random. It's attracted, cultivated, through deliberate choices that align with both spiritual wisdom and the deepest truths of human nature. Let's begin with the first and perhaps most profound of these choices: maintaining family ties. This isn't about obligatory holiday visits or surface-level politeness. It's about the kind of connection that requires effort, patience, and sometimes even swallowing pride. The Quran places immense emphasis on kindness to family, and psychology echoes this in its own language. Studies show that people with strong familial bonds live longer, experience less stress, and report higher levels of life satisfaction. But why? Because family, when nurtured with sincerity, becomes a living, breathing network of unconditional support. It's the safety net that catches you when the world lets you fall. Listen closely here. The barakah in this isn't just in the warm feelings or shared memories. It's in the divine promise that when you uphold these ties, even when it's difficult, you're aligning yourself with a force greater than individualism. You're saying no to isolation, and yes to a web of belonging that sustains you in ways you can't always see. Now, let's talk about honesty in trade, a principle so vital that it's been emphasized across scriptures and civilizations. In an age where hustle culture often blurs ethical lines, the Quran's warning against fraudulent dealings stands out with startling relevance. But this isn't just about avoiding outright scams. It's about the integrity of your word, the choice to be fair even when no one's watching, to honor commitments even when it costs you. Psychologically, this builds something irreplaceable: trust capital. Every honest transaction, every refusal to cut corners, deposits into an invisible account of credibility that compounds over time. Listen, the barakah here is twofold. Externally, it opens doors. People remember reliability and reward it. Internally, it frees you from the gnawing anxiety of deceit, that low-grade stress that comes with knowing you've compromised. When your dealings are clean, your conscience is light, and that lightness itself becomes a vessel for blessings. The third key might surprise those who think spirituality and productivity exist in separate realms: early morning productivity. The Quran's praise of dawn isn't poetic coincidence. There's wisdom in those quiet hours before the world wakes, a window where focus is sharpest, willpower is freshest, and distractions are fewest. Neuroscience confirms this. They call it the optimal performance zone, when your prefrontal cortex, the seat of discipline and decision-making, is most active. But the barakah of early rising goes deeper than mere efficiency. There's a sacred quality to mornings, a stillness that makes intention setting more potent. It's the difference between reacting to the day's chaos and presiding over it with clarity. Listen well. When you consistently claim these hours, whether for prayer, planning, or deep work, you're not just managing time better. You're synchronizing with a cosmic rhythm honored by prophets, scholars, and high achievers across history. That alignment doesn't just make you productive, it makes your efforts blessed. Finally, we arrive at regular charity, a practice often misunderstood as mere financial obligation. True charity, in the deepest sense, is the antidote to the soul's greed. The Quran's assurance that charity doesn't diminish wealth but purifies it isn't mystical rhetoric. Behavioral science shows that giving activates the brain's generosity pathways, triggering dopamine release, the helper's high, while reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. But the barakah here transcends biochemistry. When you give consistently, whether money, time, or simple kindness, you're performing a radical act. You're declaring that you're not trapped in scarcity. You're trusting that what flows through you will return multiplied. Listen deeply now. This isn't about transactional giving. I donate so God will make me rich. It's about the transformative power of releasing your grip. Every act of charity is a crack in the prison of materialism, letting in the light of something greater. So where does this leave us? These four pillars: family bonds, Ethical integrity, Dawn's discipline, and generous giving aren't just items on a checklist. They're interwoven strands of a life lived in alignment. The barakah they attract isn't magic. It's the natural consequence of choices that resonate with divine wisdom and human nature alike. You won't always get it perfect, and that's not the point. Start where you are. Mend one strained relationship today. Choose honesty in one difficult transaction tomorrow. Wake just 30 minutes earlier next week. Give anything to anyone without calculation. The blessings will come, not because you've earned them, but because you've made yourself a vessel ready to receive. And that's the secret, isn't it? Barakah doesn't change your circumstances as much as it changes your vision, helping you see the extraordinary woven into your ordinary days. When you live this way, you'll begin to notice the conversation that arrived at just the right moment, the unexpected provision when resources were low, the quiet strength that comes from knowing you're part of something larger. That's Barakah, and it's closer than you think.